So many different ways to go with you on the Ravens and Bills game, but I'll go with you through this door. Marcus Peters being very upset with John Harbaugh after Harbaugh went for it on 4th and goal rather than kicking a field goal and leaving it up to the defense. What did you think of when you saw that, Chris Long?
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I haven't really checked the temperature of the room to see what most people are thinking, but I think the ease with which they moved the ball down the field, the Bills, that is, and they slowed down to kick that field goal, but they would have scored a touchdown. And if you've watched the Ravens play this year, you know that secondary's had trouble when somebody's in 2 minutes. And we saw it with Miami, that sort of thing. I mean, they were in 2 minute pretty much the whole second, not 2 minute, but you're in softer coverage. You have to defend the team that's got a lot of ground to make up. And the Bills went down and were in position to score a touchdown pretty quick. So I got no problem with it. I think if they make that play, everybody says what a genius Harbaugh is. Everybody's rolling the B-roll of him, letting Lamar make the decision. That's the way things go. The only problem I have with it, and we saw this in the Miami-Buffalo game a week or two ago, is when Buffalo kind of laid up a little bit to ensure that Miami didn't have a ton of time, but tried to score a touchdown, you ended up with the butt punt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want out of a 4th and goal to go, right? If you don't get it, I would have felt great, even with the struggles that Baltimore's had defensively, if they'd have got stopped on the 1. So a lot of people are talking about, hey, Lamar, he wants that throw back. No, he doesn't. He has to throw that ball. The only thing I wish is that it wasn't picked for a touchback. Unless somebody was wide open that play, I think it's ridiculous to put that on Lamar. Like, you call that play, and Poyer made a great play. He was on the end in the word Ravens in the end zone. I mean, he was turned around on the end, facing the other way, pivots, comes back, and makes a great play. Second pick of the game, somebody they're really happy to have back. So I have no problem with that. And I think the play of the game for the Ravens, or for the Bills rather, was blowing up that second down play. First they knock it down at the 1 or the 2 and give themselves a chance to put up a goal line stand. That second down play, number 93 doesn't get enough credit. He gets so little credit that I've yet to learn his name today. But Milano got all of the credit on that TFL. He played great. Edmonds was really active in the second half. But this kid swims a tackle, blows up Ricard and the puller that's supposed to come from Milano. And that's the type of stuff that can kill a low red zone possession, and it did. So that was a huge goal line stand. The only throw Lamar wants back is the 3rd and 7 to Mark, or not the 3rd and 7 to Mark Andrews. In the red zone, they're up 14-3 early in the game. They get Andrews in the corner, and he's open, and Lamar goes out of the back of the end zone. They go up 21-3 there. I don't know. I don't know if Buffalo can get back in that game. So that was probably the one throw he really wants back. I thought Lamar played fine, man.
Well, I mean,
think the Ravens have to learn how to close out games. They get Dobbins back, so we'll see.
Well, he had a rush in his face, so he didn't see the wide open receiver on that 4th and goal. And you're right. Like, had that been a touchdown, we'd be talking about what a genius John Harbaugh is, in the same way that we're talking about what a genius Brian Daboll was to go for 2 in week 1. And look at the Giants, right? They're 3-1 right now. It totally changed everything. But, I think some Ravens fans would say that the play that changed everything was the roughing the passer call on Brandon Stevens.
Yeah, that was a bad call.
That was terrible. And I mean, like, these things should be reviewable, I think. Certainly, 345 Park Avenue in the NFL officiating center should be at least chiming in on that Hawkeye system. I don't know if that's allowable yet. Like, the competition committee hasn't reached that. But I mean, I'm sure you've been a recipient of those flags before. It's terrible. It's just absolutely terrible.
3rd and 15. I think it's 3rd and 15 if that call isn't made. So, at the very least, they're going to get another chance. The Ravens are, I would think. Now Josh could have converted, and
sure.
That could have been all throw.
Right.
But I don't know. I think they have to be able to review that. I tend to agree with you. If they can review that without slowing the game down, because some of these are so obvious. Some of these are so obvious to me that if there's somebody watching a tight shot of the game, before you can announce what the penalty is, you can pick it up.
Yeah, no, they're also doing that.
Guy.
Chris, they're also doing that for change of possession. Like, ruling on the field that was a fumble suddenly isn't, second down. Yeah. And you're like, what? And you're like, yeah, because they reviewed it in the interim. Like they can be that quick. And I think they should do that for roughing the passer. I mean, what's like the most frustrating, what's that conversation like between you and the official after a moment like that? I mean,
well, it's so frustrating because there's nothing you can say to him because it's so final, and you're almost like, just wait and see, man. Like just wait and see, and you want to be there when he watches. You want to see how he screwed the game up. You know what I mean? Like you want to be over his shoulder in that little tiny TV that he goes to watch these replays, so you can tell him to his face that he blew the game for your team. But this is a reality. Like passers are going to be protected. And they're definitely going to be protected in the wake of everything we've seen with the head injuries earlier this year and Tua and that sort of thing. So, it's part of the deal, but I wish they had a mechanism, Rich. I agree.